Welcome back, Rankers, and thank you for all the questions about last week's show and the comments. I'm not going to touch on Twitter this week, except to say that thank you to Matthew Wino for the question about Twitter clients with the GPS locator built in. You may remember I showed you one on the iPhone, which was called Twinkle. And Matthew wanted to know if there was one that handled search. Well, yes, there is. I asked the Twitterati out there, and the recommendation came back Tweety, which was quite good. Does search, will find people in your local area, and does all the normal things that Twitter should do. Okay, but today I wanted to get back to the Google Search Wiki because I've had a few questions about it over the last few weeks and over Christmas. And I see there's a bit of talk in the various magazines about, you know, how customization and personalization of search is going to destroy, you know, all the SEO work you've done. It's not the case, okay? Google Search Wiki is a great little tool for customizing your own search, okay? Your own search results, basically, if you're logged into your Google account like Gmail. Now, I've just done a search here for the phrase work choice. It doesn't matter why I've done a search for that phrase. Needless to say, we rank number 2 for that, so I just wanted to show you a little bit about the way that Google Search Wiki would work. Basically, I can look at these search results here, and our website, which ranks number 2, isn't terribly relevant for the word work choice. So if I was doing a search on work choice on a regular basis and our site kept coming up, I'd hit the big X, okay, because it's not relevant really to the word work choice. It talks about the work choice website and why it wasn't ranking at the time. This was about 3 years ago. Alternatively, I might decide that this particular union site down here is much more important to me, so I'm going to move that up in the search results with this little green arrow. And any time I do that search on work choice, the results will be tailored based on my previous settings. I can also then go in and leave a comment if I click this little voice balloon here about that particular search result, and other people will see that comment. It is a public comment. So, but the interesting thing here is, and you can try this yourself at home, is that most people don't look past the first page results. Every time I do a speaking gig, I always ask people this question: who looks past the first page of results? Now, it used to be about 50-50 about 5 years ago. We used to find that, you know, half the room would look past the first page of the results, and some would even go to page 3, but not many would, and you know, about 50% wouldn't look past the first page. These days, it's about 80-20. We're seeing 80% of people not going past that first page. So what does that mean to Search Wiki? Well, if you're on the first page of results, that is the only way you're going to get affected by this Search Wiki, because no one's looking at page 2, okay, for a particular phrase. So if I type in work choice, I'm not going to go to page 3 of my search and say, oh, this one down here is really, really good. I'm going to keep clicking it until I get it up to the front page of my results for my own personal customization of my search results. It ain't going to happen. What people are going to customize is that first page. So what you have to do is, number 1, make sure you get on that first page, but number 2, make sure you have a good website that's relevant for the keywords, so that people are going to click the little green arrow and put you higher up on the page. If someone else has done better SEO than you, but maybe their content sucks. So what you have to do is concentrate on the user experience, rank for the right phrases, and when people do get to your site, make sure you've got great content there, great products and services, and it's a great site, and you're going to, and Search Wiki will only ever work to your advantage in that case. And you'll get good comments left in the public wiki as well. But that's also something else you should probably keep an eye out for, is that the Search Wiki is for every page on your site. It's not for your site. So someone can come along and leave a public comment about a particular page on your site, and you may not even know it's there until someone points it out to you. But if people are saying bad things about your site in the public Search Wiki, go in and engage with them, okay? Don't ignore it, and don't try to shut it down. Engage, and if the person is a complete ratbag, well, there's not much you can do about that. But they might have a legitimate concern as well, so you can address that. The other quick thing I wanted to show you this week is something that our SEO trainee, George Stamuli, brought to our attention. It's in Google Webmaster Tools. Google have had this, and then it seemed to disappear, and now it's come back again. And that is geographic targeting. This is especially true if you have say a top-level domain name like a .com or a .net, as opposed to a .com.au or a .net.au, and you're hosting it in another country. For instance, a lot of Australians will have a .com and they'll host it in the US. Now, the problem with that from Google search results perspective is that Google doesn't know that you're actually in Australia because you've got a .com and it's been hosted in the US, so you have a US IP address. So you're not going to turn up in pages from Australia's search. So the way to get around that is go into Google Webmaster Tools, go into the settings, and you can see here you can do a geographic target. And you can say, I want to appear in Togo results, pages from Togo, because I reckon I've got a massive audience there. And hello to everyone from Togo. And then you could just click save and it will make sure that you do turn up in pages from Togo search. So that's a really good tip, and thank you, George Stamulis, our SEO trainee who's diligently working on other client sites as we speak. Aren't you, George? And that's it for today's show. And remember, if you have got questions, send them through. And of course, if we don't know the answer, I will make it up. See you next week.